Hello, I'm Councilmember Gary Sherwood, and I represent the Sahuaro District in the north central part of Glendale. Welcome to Glendale Today. Today we are coming to you from the patio at Dylan's Restaurant at the beautiful Wildlife World Zoo and Aquarium, an outstanding attraction and asset in the West Valley, one day soon to be in Glendale. You can probably see the flamingos right here behind us. I know you can hear them. This zoo is so large and there's so much to see that I'm actually going to be doing 2 shows about it. Today's show will be about the zoo and the new safari park exhibit, and the future show will be more about the aquarium. My guest for today's show is Mickey Olson, the director and founder of the zoo. Welcome, Mickey.
Well, welcome, Council Member. I'm glad to have you here and all the viewers on Glendale 11.
Well, thanks for being here again. Why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about the history of the Wildlife World Zoo and Aquarium?
Sure, I'll be glad to. Wildlife World Zoo is actually celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. We're so proud of 30 years of progress. We opened in 1984, in September of 1984, and it was just about 30 acres. Today we're 80 acres, and we have another approximately 30 acres to develop here next to the zoo. And we had 5 employees and just a few animals here, a few birds, and over the years we've been so proud of the progress of the zoo. And as I say, today we've got 80 developed acres with the safari park and of course 4 aquarium buildings and our new sea lion exhibit that's coming online this fall. So there's so many things to see and do here, and we've incorporated the rides, a lot of baby animals, and it's really grown over the years. And one of the reasons for that is because we are a for-profit business, and because we do take our profits from the zoo, aquarium, and safari park, and each year we improve it for our guests, for our animals and birds and reptiles, our fish, and obviously for our keepers. So the profits from Wildlife World Zoo and Aquarium are put right back into the project.
Very good, 30 years, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
I know I've driven by this place since I've been out here, probably right around the time you opened, and it just seems to be increasing. And what, are you going to be in California pretty soon?
Well, we've been really lucky because we picked a spot here and we had no idea back in the early 80s about, of course, the 303, the wonderful Northern Parkway that's just been finished. 303 is finished north of us now, and by fall it'll be finished to the south. And obviously, it's been wonderful to see all the growth, not only in Glendale with the wonderful sports facilities here in the West Valley, the 101 and the 303 and Northern Parkway, as I say, but all the other surrounding cities have really taken off and really grown. And we're so pleased to kind of be in the center of that, because obviously we'll be in Glendale someday. To the north of us we have Peoria and Surprise and all the things that are happening up in the Sun Cities. South of us we have Avondale and Goodyear and Buckeye. And the 303, the 101, the Northern Parkway kind of ties that all together. So we're in an excellent spot here for growth, and we just think we have a really bright future.
Well, nice. I know there's been a lot of changes during this time. Can you tell us a little bit about what the zoo looks like today?
Well, today we have actually 3 parts. We have the zoo, we have the aquarium, which opened 5 years ago, and then we have the safari park, which just opened last January. The zoo encompasses about 50 acres. We have the largest collection of exotic animals in the state. We have almost 600 different species here, many different specimens, and of course every day the specimen count changes because we'll have births or hatchings. And just yesterday we had a water buck, which is a hoofed animal, an antelope from Africa born. So practically every day we have some new additions.
So Tammy is probably our nicest ostrich here at our zoo. Hi Tams, you're gonna come say hi to everybody?
The safari park is 15 acres, and it's really an interesting part of the zoo. It's almost a zoo to itself. And then of course we have the aquarium, which opened 5 years ago. We have 4 aquarium buildings now, and they're themed into different areas. We have the Waters of the World, which kind of is all the different areas. We have the Wild and Wonderful, which are some of the unusual things like penguins and the venomous fish and the electric eel. And then we have our River Monster building, which has some huge river monster fish, 7-8 foot long, and of course the otters, which everybody loves the otters, and we have some baby otters right now. So obviously a lot of babies in the springtime around the zoo, and we're really pleased to have really 3 parts, the zoo, the aquarium, and the safari park.
Nikki, can you tell me what some of the unique exhibits or features are?
Well, one of the things we try to do here is have interaction with our public. We have our Lori Parrot Feeding, where the people can actually go in. There's no charge for that. We give them a slice of apples, and the lories eat the apples right out of their hand. Lories are a very beautiful and relatively rare parrot from Australia and the South Pacific Islands. We have our wildlife education show. We have 5 full-time paid educators here at Wildlife World, and they produce shows 3 times a day, not only for the school children that come, some 80,000 school children that come to the zoo, but also for our visitors. Obviously, we have the different rides, and people love the different rides. We have the train, we have the tram ride, we have the flume ride, the boat ride, and the merry-go-round, and of course, one of everybody's favorite is our sky ride, which is like a ski lift, and you're gliding along for about 15 minutes, about 30 feet above the animals. So we like to have a lot of interactive things that people can do. We also have a walk through aviary, where they walk in with the different African birds, and so they're in the same aviary, in the same exhibit with the birds. And there's the kangaroo walkabout, where you can be in with the kangaroos, and there's just a rope separating you from the kangaroos. So all these things are very interactive, and they're things people like. You can feed the stingrays, you can touch some of the animals in the touch pool, the tide pool exhibit in the aquarium. So just a lot of different things to interact with the animals as well as the rides.
Well, thank you, Mickey. There's an awful lot to do here, and I imagine you could spend a couple days here just to get through everything.